Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody! Can I get a hell yeah, brother? You sure can. Stone Cold Edition. Let's go. Moving the chains. We're back at it. Some news coming out today. Daniel Jones to the Colts. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. Where's their next stop? Cleveland Browns, New York Giants. Ugh, gross. It's like Home Alone. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Ugh. But I want to start off with this. Amanda Lee just turned. He had a birthday today. I just had to give a shout out. Much love. Love ya. Happy birthday. Hashtag period. Hashtag Slay. Killing it out here. You go, girl. So, to start off, Daniel Jones of the Colts. What is that? I mean, good hell. $14 million for a backup? Ugh. The Colts. I don't know what they're doing. Tyler Perry. All my boys from college. Quadarius Remper, I had to give a shout out to you guys. Love ya, miss ya. I'm with you. This is a weird state for the Colts. I like what their direction is. They have a good team. I understand they have not made the playoffs that much, and I understand that with Chris Ballard. It's frustrating, and it pulls your hair out. They're very frugal. They're very kind of play it safe when it comes to free agency, and I get it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But this is a big year for Chris Ballard because he's been there since 2017. They've been in the playoffs 2 times, 18 and 20. And every other year they had not. And they have high-level players on this team. Quentin Nelson, Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin, UW, Kenny Moore. They got dudes on this team, man. Their offensive line's solid. They did just lose Ryan Kelly, so that's a need that they have to address with the center position. But this team's stacked. They got players. But it comes down to that quarterback. And the Anthony Richardson experience has not worked. And a lot of times, those kind of guys that, with the traits and all that, yes, it's great, but it's a lot of hit and misses. But listen, I appreciate the Colts swinging for the fences and trying something new. But, Anthony Richardson's going to be followed with this. Night, got to go tap out in a game. And that's going to follow him his whole life. Because it was one bad look at judgment, and he just hasn't worked out. He's been inaccurate. He's missed some throws, been hurt. It just hasn't worked. Now, is Daniel Jones better? You're trading trash for trash here. If somebody asked me, came up on the street, I would say probably not. Now, again, I'm rooting for him to win in Indianapolis because Shane Steichen has done this. It's called Jalen Hurts, and it worked. But Daniel Jones just I kept hearing he's Alex Smith, and I made this long time ago, and everybody laughed, but it's true. He's not Alex Smith. Alex Smith, when he got traded, could still play at a high level. Chase Mathis knows that from the Chief days. So, the Daniel Jones thing, I can't figure out. And I remember when he got drafted, I was laughing. And some of that's on his fault in New York. A lot of it is not, because the Giants have just been... I'll get to them in a second because they're praying to God with Aaron Rodgers. God help us. But the Colts, it's interesting. I wouldn't have done it, but the Colts kind of got to go do something because it's better than what they have. That's all you could say for the Colts. So we don't know what's going to happen there. Okay. So 2 guys on the market right now. Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. And Mr. Rodgers, that bad man that he is. Discount double check. And Russell Wilson, a.k.a. last name Wilson, first name Russell. The theme song. They are free agents right now. And I think the reason why nobody's called them, I know Aaron just got cut from the Jets. He's kind of just sitting in Malibu in L.A., kind of just breathing in. I saw a photo today. He's on the beach with his AirPods in, blanket. We don't know what he's doing. He's a weird dude. I've been saying this for years. He's kind of bizarre. I watched a sneak peek of that, Enigma thing on Netflix. God help us. Listen, he's Kobe Bryant of the NFL. He's got talent. He's just a lot. And Aaron's a lot of work. A lot of high maintenance. But, in terms of talent, I've said this before, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch of all time. I could watch him throw for days. But I'm not surprised he hasn't got picked up yet because Aaron Rodgers is turning into, to me, Kevin Durant. Because they got hurt a little bit, got in their ego, got kind of mad, pouted, and then they were going to go, hey, we're going to play my buddies. Let's go bring Randall Cobb and the New York Packers to New York and bring my play caller and yeah, man, woo! And Kevin Durant, let's go get Kyrie and Ben Simmons and James Harden. Let's throw some haymakers. Woo! NASCAR, love or leave it, brother. Yeah. And how'd that work? Shithole. Bye. Dumbass. So, this doesn't surprise me. But Aaron Rodgers did this to himself, just like Kevin Durant. He did this to himself. Now, Aaron Rodgers and Kevin Durant are guys that are around a lot of yes people and not a lot of people that hold them accountable. They got more time on the Twitter and all that shit. I get it. I'm that way too. And, they don't have any kids. Kid free for life. Woo! Whole nother story for another day. But my point is they got a lot of time on their hands. And I get it. I understand it. Like, that's how I am right now. Living my life and I'm happy. But to me, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, you're getting a lot of other bullshit. You're not getting the production. You're not getting what he's been. You're getting the what has been Aaron Rodgers in the prime. The 46-5 and the MVPs and all that stuff. So right now, at this point in his career, Aaron Rodgers is crossing his fingers, hoping a playoff team picks him up. And if I'm going to guess, it's probably going to be Pittsburgh. 6 years ago, that would have been a great fit. But now, ugh. You're going to have George Pickens, Aaron Rodgers, and DK Metcalf on one team. That's hilarity. That's like Three Stooges type shit. We'll see. And, Giants is that much better? Hell no. But the one thing I'll give the Giants credit for, and I heard this today, was that the Giants actually put money in their offense. They have some players I like. Their D-line's nice. They have Malik Neighbors, who, compared to the two Pittsburgh receivers, is much more low maintenance. Although this past year, I don't know, went to a Travis Scott concert during a game, or during the game he was playing, or was hurt. I don't know. These young kids. I'm part of it. But, whatever. But my point is, Aaron could go there. But I think Pittsburgh kind of needs Aaron at this point. Because Pittsburgh, my entire life, and I've been watching football for 17 years, I say this all the time, right now, Pittsburgh's been great twice in my life. Now, only once because I wasn't around during Terry Bradshaw years. They were great when Bradshaw was in his prime, and they were great when Big Ben was in his prime. Take out that, it's nothing. Now, again, that's a lot of franchises, but Green Bay was similar to this. And I think Aaron goes to Pittsburgh. It's my gut feeling where he goes. If I had a magic ball, Giants, maybe. I know the Giants have a lot of pressure because they got to win. And we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. I just, with Aaron, you get a lot of bullshit and not a lot of it. And Aaron's just a different kind of cat. I've been saying that. Like, he's just different. And, he did play well last year. 28-11. Like, that's not bad. But at this point in his career, I just, with Aaron, it's like I'd rather take Aaron Rodgers right now than Russell Wilson. I think Russell's a broken down player, and I'll get to him right now. So, Russell Wilson is, as many of you know, I'm a Wisconsin Badger fan, and I love Russell. UW. And Super Bowl champion, and he was great in Seattle, and everything was great. And, Russell, he rubbed people the wrong way. I think he's kind of got some Derek Carr in him, where he's just very religious, kind of self-righteous prick, just a little bit, with the stuff, Carson Wentz-ish, with the religion stuff. It kind of rubs people the wrong way. I get it. I've been around some people that are self-righteous about all that shit. It's kind of wears me out. It's annoying. Not for everybody. But Russell not having a team doesn't shock me. He just aged fast. It was insane. He just went, whoosh, he went by. 20 of 21, 2020 was let Russ cook, and he was balling, and then 21 he got hurt, and it was just kind of bizarre, and then 20 he goes to Denver, the Nathaniel Hackett bullshit, and now Sean Payton and Mike Tomlin got rid of you. So some of this is on Russell, not on the other way around. And I just remember when Russ was in Denver, he was trying too hard. And They were trying to place him as a savior in Denver. Well, that's not who he is. And, like I said with Aaron Rodgers is not that kind of guy. Aaron's not a savior. Aaron is front runner. This is how I am too, but, I've been hardened a little bit with some stuff in my life, but I just, to me, Russell, I think is done. Now, I did read yesterday, I follow Adam Schefter on Facebook, reading around, that he could be going to the Giants. I think he's meeting with Cleveland tonight and Giants tomorrow. Now, if I had to pick which franchise, can I be honest? Because I was thinking about this today. I roll with neither. Now, maybe Cleveland just because the coach has a little bit of leeway with Stefanski. I like both. And either coach is really, really good. I like Daboll. He's, done it with Brett Favre, did it with Josh Allen. Daniel Jones got the most squeezed everything out of him. So that I can understand. And that would be enticing to Russell Wilson. But I also look on this hand over here with the Cleveland Browns and I go, okay, they still got some talent. They weren't too far removed from the playoffs. They got a coach that's been coach of the year twice. We know what he's capable of. Despite all this nonsense he's got with the Deshaun Watson, Bill Cosby mess, the owners being weird and Tennessee and all this other bullshit. But here's my point. If I'm Russell, I honestly would go Cleveland. Because I think Cleveland, with the way they want to run the ball, the play action game with Stefanski, kind of like how they did with Kevin O'Connell, I see that working. And, Russell's a Big Ten guy, Wisconsin, Ohio State. I feel like that would fit. I think Russell could play anywhere. But at this point, high maintenance, man, it all comes down to that. How is your reputation? And Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson's reputations are, there's high maintenance, man. There's a lot of crap you got to deal with. I've always heard the expression, production, if the problems, production outweighs the problems, thumbs up, party on, brother. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. But if it doesn't, and problems outweigh production, the problems, hit, the production's not there, the problems arise, then it's over. And we got to see what happens in the next 24 or 48 hours. We'll see with Aaron and Russell where they go. But that's just my initial take. And last but not least, so Minnesota, they're in a weird spot right now. I know my cousin Matt Schiff, I love you guys. J.J. McCarthy went to Nazareth in Chicago. And, same high school. So I'm pulling for the kid. And, this is the best spot I think he could go to. I remember my buddy Derek Solomon, who's a big Michigan fan, kind of outlined the same thing. I've been saying that. I think when he got drafted, the fit matters a lot of times. 80% of these quarterbacks, where you land matters. And I feel like, to me, JJ fit in Minnesota. And they believe in this kid. Now, excuse me, was letting go of Sam Darnold right? No. But I'm happy for Sammy because I think he's got a chance to do really good in Seattle. We'll see. I don't know. He's not going to have the same support, though. That we'll see. But I will say, though, with J.J. McCarthy, this is a kid that's a winner. Okay? He won at Michigan. Now, again, he's got to learn to, at some point, hey, put the team on my back. You got to prove me that because at Michigan, you were running the ball, defense, that kind of thing, and you weren't asked a lot. And that's not mainly his fault. I just think the way that it was with Jim Harbaugh. That's how he wants to play. And to me, this is the perfect time for me to evaluate and go, does he have it or does he not? Because the clock ticks on these quarterbacks now. It used to be 3-4 years. Now, impatient, and I get it. I fall in this too sometimes. Something I'm trying to work on. The impatient part of it, but I don't disagree with Coward when he says, I give you first year and then second year till Thanksgiving, and then I'm out. So J.J. McCarthy's got a chance now, and what I saw of him in that preseason game, I know it was against the Raiders, and it was backups, but I saw him orchestrate that offense very good. Kevin O'Connell's a very smart coach. Well, maybe a little bit overrated. Maybe I did that to myself. But he's got to, win a playoff game first, and then we can talk, okay? It's kind of like the better version of Mike McDaniel, I guess. But I do think this is a perfect spot for a quarterback to go because you get an offensive coach, tall version of Sean McVay, with all those weapons. I mean, this is like a guy driving a Ferrari. Don't crash the car, okay? Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones comes back. Your offensive line, Christian Darrisaw was there, all-pro left tackle. He comes back. He was hurt. They brought in Cam Robinson from Jacksonville. Great midseason signing. They get him on the one side, Darrisaw on the other. Now you got your offensive line. Now, just beef up the interior. They did bring in Ryan Kelly. He's an older player, but experienced at center. High pedigree, Alabama. High IQ guy. It's going to suck watching Garrett Bradbury go bye-bye. But he's a good player. He'll find a home somewhere. So I just think Minnesota, to me, they're going all in with this kid. And they're supporting him and they're backing him, and they should. And I wish Sam Darnold success. Like Baker, I think that he could have that kind of success up in Seattle. So, very interesting times. Russell, Aaron, we don't know what's going on. I think high maintenance, man. Like, I think that comes back to this, like, the way you are in life kind of reflects. Like, if you're kind of struggling to find work, you could blame it on them, but some of it's on you. So, lesson tonight. Appreciate you guys listening. Thirsty Thursday. Can I get a hell yeah, brother? You sure can. Cracking Stone Cold beers, baby. Thirsty Thursday. Moving the chains. Hope you guys are doing well. Adios. Godspeed. Appreciate the support.